Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here. Today we're going to be talking about how to actually create glow fonts. Now there are a lot of things that go into this, but it's not actually that complicated, especially because in 5.5 and 5.6 it is much simpler now that Unreal Engine has added the ability to have rasterized text. Now with this, we're going to be creating glow text here today, but actually with the way the rasterized text is set up, you can do dang near about anything with the material and get some pretty cool effects. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to do that. Now, originally I created a glow font here, but I'm going to change slightly how I'm showing you how I'm doing it. So let's start over from scratch. So first thing you want to do is go into your editor settings, and you're going to want to look for enable distance field font rasterization. Make sure that's checked. By default, it should be unchecked, but go ahead and check that. Make sure that is there. And then what we're going to want to do is actually create a composite font. So let's actually go to my fonts here. I believe under UI fonts. Yeah, here we go. So I've got this Roboto Flex and Roboto Flex variable font. What these are called is a font face. And then a composite font. I believe this one's composite. Yeah. So this is our composite font. And this is our font face. Now what we want to do is make sure the enable distance field rendering is marked true for here as well. Now some of these settings you may want to tweak, of course, to handle different things. But for now, we'll just leave them at the default. Let's go ahead and close these now that these are created. Now what we're going to want to do is, now that we've got these made, we're going to need to actually create a material to actually handle this glow effect. So let's go ahead and create a material, and we'll just call this m underscore glow font material or matte. And this needs to be of a UI interface and translucent. Hit save. All right. So we need to pull in a few things here, right? We need to have a couple variables. So we'll hit one. We'll press and hold the one key and then tap on the screen to get two different parameters. And we're going to convert them to parameters with two different variables there. And this one we're going to set to softness. And this one we're going to call glow opacity. And as the names imply, this is what they're going to affect. And then what we need to do is we need to pull in the font size distance constant. Basically, this is when they're looking at the font, that sign distance that we enabled, it's basically returning these values for each character. So the smooth sign distance is the distance from that character out radially. Not radially, out from the character. Depending on the pixel, because it's based on the actual, I believe it's based on the pixel edge. And then what we want to do is we want to route this into a named route declaration node just to make things easier for ourselves. We'll call this SSD because the smooth sign distance. And then from here, this implicit was going to go into an add. And then that add is going to go into the opacity. Now, of course, the color we want to be based on, if we're doing a glow effect, right, it's going to be based on the opacity and things like that. So we'll add a vertex color and just plug that in. So that depending on what color we set the text to, it should match. From here, we're going to go ahead and do a couple things. So we need to plug this into a smooth step, but let's also set a default variable, default value here. So negative 0.048475 seems to work well for the example I found in the thread. And then what we need to do then is call the SSD down here. And we need to basically put these into the smooth step. So if we call our smooth step, and the min is going to be 0 still, but the max is going to be this negative number. The value is going to be the SSD here. From there, this glow opacity we can just set to something like 2.5. I don't think this one is as important because this one's the one you can crank up and down. And then we'll do a divide. Now, of course, these variables we will be able to tweak just by going and creating a material instance of this if we so choose. But for now, that should be good enough. All right, with that, that should be our material. So let's go here, and what we're going to want to do is actually set to the Roboto Flex variable font. And if we look at our main menu UI, so let me go ahead and go to our widgets, main menu, and pop this open. There we go. So this is our main menu text style. I'm using Common UI. If you're not using Common UI, you can just use text and do basically the same thing we're going to do here, but this is all within a text file. So what we're going to want to do is select that glow font text or font matte. And then I believe we want to set material is a stencil, and we'll compile, and there we go. As you can see, we've got a light glow effect. Now, of course, if we go in here and tweak this, let's say set the glow opacity to something like 5, and then go back here. It seems a little bit more clear, a little bit less dark. And then if we do the inverse, so we'll set this to like 1, so it's like super bright. As you can see, almost the whole font is bright. Now you want to, tweak it as needed. But yeah, I'll set it back to the default 2.5. As you can see, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. This is just the most basic setup. But yeah, that is it for today. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But otherwise, good luck and good hunting.